Thank you. Do you hear me?
We hear you fine, thank you.
Very good. So you should be able to see my screen soon. So maybe some background why we started BetterHome with the other three companies. Because you see on the screen the magnitude of the challenge, right? We know that EU citizens spend 240 billion euro per year on their heating and hot water bills, and 1 out of 10 families or citizens cannot find it difficult to pay their heating bill. So we must do something. And not only we must do something, but we are not satisfied with the current renovation rate, which is on average at 1%. So even in Denmark, you saw the slide of Martin. The energy consumption is not satisfactory yet. It's if I remember well, the average is around 150 kilowatt hour per square meter. So there is for sure a significant room for improvement. So that's the story behind it. Yes.
Alix, sorry to interrupt you. Could you share the other screen if you go to the top of your? Do you have two monitors at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, so we are seeing your main monitor, not the one presenting the slideshow itself. So if you can go to the top of your screen, you should be a toolbar, and you should be able to select to show the other screen. With the mouse at the top of your screen, is it possible to select the second monitor? Hello? So that we get the main presentation, not the one that includes your notes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. Please continue with the presentation, and
okay.
We'll edit. Okay, we'll edit this. This is perfect. Exactly. This is the way.
Okay. And do you hear me well?
Yes. All is fine.
Okay, then sorry for the inconvenience.
No problem at all. Okay, thank you.
So I started with the challenges, and basically I must say BetterHome. I asked the founding members of BetterHomes what was the reason, why did they start and did this initiative, and they told me the main reason was both the owners of our companies. They were deeply convinced that we must do something, that we cannot simply sit there and sell our product and wait. So we must do something. That was really the strong conviction that it makes sense. Was one of the key drivers. Another is that our companies, Grundfos, Rockwool, Velux, and Danfoss, that we know each other very well, and there are strong ties among the founding members and families of these companies, which means that there was a strong mutual trust and a readiness to share the risks. So I think this was part of the reasons behind the history of BetterHome. And the third factor was that there is a clear policy framework. We all know that we must do something if we want to fight against climate change, and that building renovation strategies and building policies will not stop. So there was a clear trend towards building renovation that said, okay, we are ready to take the risks. And I must say that the project took 3 years to become profitable. It means that for 3 years, the founding members didn't know whether it will work or not, and in the end it did. 3 years for a new business model is rather quick. But my point is, without the clear policy framework, the companies would maybe have never agreed to join together and take such a threat. So this is why, for such business model to work, you need both the firm conviction of the founding members, the founding companies, but you also need clear and stable policy framework that gives you a direction and a sense that the risk is not so high. So this was the key. And you see a graph that shows the 3 pillars of energy efficiency in buildings. And what makes BetterHome as well a success is that you have companies from both the envelope and the equipment inside the buildings. So because of that, we could really do a holistic energy renovation of buildings, which makes BetterHome a success. So what were the lessons learned from the policy side? So what we have learned is that we need the policy framework to support for this paradigm shift. Martin said we need a paradigm shift both from the supply side and also from the demand side. And this paradigm shift is supported heavily by the policy framework. So we need to work on increasing the demand for energy renovation and increasing as well the pressure on the supply side to reinvent themselves with clear and long-term renovation strategies and targets. So this is for sure key. And as I said, without this long-term visibility, BetterHome maybe would have never happened. Then what we need is access to the energy consumption data. It's very important. We mentioned the 3-click journey for better homes, and it's important for consumers, while respecting privacy rules, that they can quickly see how much do they consume, how do they compare to the average, and what are the first hints of how much they can save. This is important to increase the willingness to go further. Then, of course, to increase the number of skilled installers, to support innovative business models that coming from the supply side, to set up a framework for building renovation passports. BPIE has been working a lot on this, and we believe this could be a useful tool that can support initiatives like Better Homes. And then, of course, use the available funding schemes to support such models, and collect and make available more reliable data about the building stock and the energy consumption. And here again, data statistics are key. And in the business, whenever we develop a new business plan, we have KPIs, key performance indicators, and we track progress. We need the same for the building stock. And this data should include the 3 pillars of the energy efficiency of buildings. So the data we need should cover both the envelope, the energy generator, and the controls of energy flows inside the building. So to conclude the future, the founding members of Better Home, we are very happy with the outcome. As I said, 3 years to be profitable for a completely new business model is a rather good performance. Last year, Better Home renovated already 200 homes, and we expect an exponential increase. And so for sure, we think Better Home has a future, and the next step is to go more international. That will be my conclusion. Thank you very much.